War is a place where young people who don't know each other and don't hate each other kill each other, based on decisions made by old people who know each other and hate each other but don't kill each other. Woo. All the goosebumps.
Damn.
This is about control. Everybody knows. Everyone complies. We're the kinds of pros. I don't need a plane. I just hit the road. I do what I want. I can't sell my soul. Market about to crash. This is what you chose. Ruining the country. I think that's the goal. You gonna take the mark. I take narrow roads. I'm a man of God. I can never fold.
Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk whiskey, business, friends, family, and freedom. I'm your host, Matt Marchese, and this is my co-host, Zach. Mustache again in the new studio, though. Grady, welcome to the show.
How does it look in this lighting?
I think this lighting, it looks
How do you want me to hold
extra perverted. It's extra rapey.
Okay.
Yeah, you know? That's what you're gunning for, right?
I think that's the only thing you can gun for with a mustache.
Yeah, with a mustache like that. We actually have a kid who we're in the new studio, everybody. Hold on, let me stop interrupting. And of course, and my sometimes lovely but always beautiful wife, Lindy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Of course. We're in the studio. Ian, what do you think?
I think if they enjoy the new sound in the new studio, to help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free, and it greatly helps out the channel. I think it's great.
We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, and we're on wherever you listen to your podcast.
Welcome back to the show, people. We are here in the new studio. Ian, you seem very far away.
I'm roughly 2.5, let's call it 3 feet away than usual.
3 additional feet
3 feet, yep.
away. That's good. I like it.
2.5.
I can't smell your breath from here like I used to from the other one.
You can still see me, though.
I'm going to miss. Hey, we're doing the fasting, and right now your breath smells like a beef stick, and I'm here for it. So if you want to breathe
Come
this
a little
way,
closer.
yeah, come a little closer. We're starving ourselves. We're all on the program, as many of you know. Most of you have been following along. A lot of you joined in on the fun. But we're doing our diet is the starve yourself anorexia for 20 hours a day diet, where your body starts to eat itself and you slowly dwindle away, like you're suffering from a disease.
Anorexia.
Yeah. Or
anorexic diet.
AIDS would do the same thing. Cocaine, I think, also does it. Meth. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do.
Meth around, you'll lose a lot of weight.
Yeah. You always be messing around.
Studio would be really clean.
Anyway, earlier we had Josiah, young ranch hand around here. He was the property manager, ranch manager, whatever, for the current property. I'll get into that in a minute. But we did notice that you and Josiah have matching gross
mustaches.
Porn star.
Gross?
I mean, I didn't say gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. His is a little better, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about. His is better, you think?
His is
I don't
more
know.
grown out, I would
Is
say.
it a little longer?
He is a little older. He's had more time to.
Nope. Josiah is much younger, significantly,
younger.
something to the tune of probably 15 years younger than you. So it isn't a more matured mustache.
No, yeah, longer. He's just.
You think it's longer?
He's been growing it.
I think what it is, this is my assessment of your dirty little porn stash and Josiah's little Chimo stash, is that his is just a little bit thinner on the upper lip, and I think it just allows for a cleaner growth pattern. I think yours has got more like
girth.
Yeah, more like
man.
Yeah, like you are in the back. He is just a young kid with a good mustache, and you are in the back of a van, luring children
with
in
some candy.
With some candy. Yep.
So that's a candy stash.
Little puppies.
You have puppies.
Do you kids like puppies?
Yeah, you want puppies. And Josiah is very respectable, but his mustache is troublesome. Like yours.
I think you need to have a mustache.
Every time I grow a beard and I shave, which I used to often for the Army, once a month I'd have to pretend that I was important, soldier. And I would have to put on my uniform and I'd have to shave. And I would always, just for funsies, come out with a mustache. On the shave, I'd come out with a mustache, and sometimes I'd do like a Hitler stash. Sometimes I'd do like a Ricky Ricardo.
I was always a fan when you decided to rock the chops.
Chops. Chops.
You rock chops well.
Yeah.
I did a goatee.
Oh God, I'm sorry, Lindy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will not give Matt hope to rock a.
Never.
Dude, chops look terrible on you.
Thank
Ian,
you.
nobody's listening to you anyway.
Your wife was. She gave me the stink eye.
She does that shit.
Maybe
Anyway,
that's just the hungry
Don't
eye. I
encourage the chops.
so hear us out. Sorry, I'm trying to log into my computer here and it's not working. Don't even ask me why I'm trying to log in. I've got some notes up here. I'm just kidding. I want to Google something, but we got a new ranch. The studio is official. We've been talking about it since inception, north of a year. What episode are we on? 50, 67?
68.
60. This is 68.
What are we doing for the next one?
So that is a great, I don't know.
Giggity, giggity.
We're going to do something. We're
Let's
going
get
to
that pastor on.
No. Different episode. So we're going to
70.
we're going to do something awesome for our 69th episode for sure. But in the meantime, we have been talking since sort of inception, since our first podcast about what our long-term plan was. We never even got to figure out or finish out rather the original studio, the OG.
We never finished phase 3 and just went straight to phase 4.
We did, and what this is that this is property will eventually be the distillery property, God willing, and all things going well. That's the plan, and ultimately out here at the distillery property, this will be where we broadcast live from. This will be where we broadcast our podcast from, and have guests and visitors all at the same time. We've got some new gear, new designs coming. Also, something that we promised that we did a soft launch. We worked out a bunch of kinks, so many kinks that
Took another year.
we decided that we were going to pull the plug on the whole operation, redesign the website, get some new apparel, new merchandise. We've got awesome shit coming out with that.
That reminds me, we need to schedule a day to take pictures.
We're discussing that right here on the air. We're going to discuss.
I want everybody to know that you need to be in the ads.
This is some bullshit right now.
You need to be one of the
A model.
models.
I'm not super interested in that, but
You want to farm that out? We'll farm that out?
Yeah.
You're looking good, though.
You're looking good, though.
What if we
So
get
you're giving me orders and bussing me out and making my accountability publicly known.
everybody?
You're hitting on me in the middle of the show. What are you doing?
I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks, Ian. I appreciate
on,
that.
man.
I can always count on you for some
like
positivity.
a little
back
ass
there.
kisser up there.
Yeah, he's always sticking his nose as far up somebody's
Nice
ass
little
as
brown
I can,
nose.
Yeah. Wipe that thing off. It's on.
I just did.
It's on your
They
lips
can't
now.
see it, though.
It's on your mustache
can't-
now. So
Ian,
They
in
can't
case,
see it didn't
in case
happen.
you were wondering if you were going to be a model, you're not.
listen. To Lindy's point, we've got and Zach's point, and Ian's point. We've got a lot of new shit coming, man. We've got make
exciting
sure.
times.
Yeah, it really is. This
The
is
PYP world.
Yeah, the Protect Your Purpose world. The distillery is moving forward. We've got some gin on the horizon. We're finalizing some labels. We're doing all the things. We're now adding another DSP, another distilling license out here to this location. We've got a lot of fun, exciting things coming in the near future. So not only our merchandise and our apparel, we've got glassware coming out, whiskey glasses. We've got some AR slings. We've got
I'm excited for the new
some
hats.
flasks. We've got some new hats coming. Oh yeah, we've got some new hats coming. We're not going to talk. That's Bruno. We're not going to talk about those yet.
Dope, though.
Get
excited.
When are we going to get those in? Any idea?
How long do they take once you order them?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, a couple weeks. I mean, depends.
Then a
Dude,
couple
isn't
weeks.
this your world?
I've never ordered anything. Though,
You
so
want
I
to
don't
come
know.
out and bullshit and bust me out for my lack of appearance in your male model positions, but you don't even know when the new gear we're pimping is? Anyway, it's coming out soon, and you will see it on these heads before you see it on that website. That's for sure, because I'm excited. Right?
Yeah, sure. It's your stuff. You do what you want with it, man.
Listen, we're doing it. We're excited. We're excited. The ranch is cool. We've got a 125 glorious, godly acres out here.
God's country.
It sure is,
I was
man.
just going to say that.
Yeah.
God's country.
Yeah. You can certainly feel the presence of God on this property, and it's something special. Listen, there's a lot of shit going on here. We're gonna get some chickens. Currently, there are horses and livestock and animals and
Llamas and goats.
and all sorts of shit on the
my.
property that is.
Donkeys.
Zebras and zonkies and horses.
They are not ours. Those are someone else's. Josiah and Allie take care of those, but eventually they will all leave this property, and we will slowly replace them with our own and make our new memories and name our new animals that will be ours and near and dear to our heart. And we've decided, Lindy came up with an idea,
Yes, I did.
which is really awesome. Why don't you tell them about your idea that you came up with, honey?
So the other night we were on our walk and I was like, well, so what are we going to name all these animals? So I don't know, it just popped into my head that we will name each animal a different brand of whiskey or bourbon.
Yeah, we'll name them after whiskey things. Maybe we don't even have to name them after brand. Maybe we can name them after like
This is our goat decanter.
fermentation tank. Yeah, we can call them like we can get a bulldog
This
and name
is-
them Tank,
This
but it
is
could
single
be
barrel.
fermentation tank or ferment. Yeah, single barrel. All whiskey names. It's gonna be fun. So unfortunately for our young children that are finally gonna have the opportunity to get animals, we're not gonna let them name them. So nope, your options are gonna be,
If
You
you
have
do
this
that, you
list.
end up with names like Spider-Man. And
which is awesome. Which is one of the coolest animal names with Spider-Man. I remember first meeting Spider-Man, which is awesome. That's Zach's.
dog.
That's Zach's baby, his puppy.
It's Jordan's baby.
Well, yeah, whatever.
want
She
Biscuit-
gave
Biscuit's
birth
yours.
to Spider-Man.
You got Spider-Man and Biscuit.
Yeah. Yeah, naming animals is going to be fun. We're just going to
good
not
time.
let our kids do it because we're not into that shit.
We're going to say,
It's
here's
be-
a list of whiskeys to choose from. Name each animal as
Yeah. Here's a list of whiskey things. Yeah.
Bullet and
Decanter's
Blanton,
cool.
we decided.
Decanter.
Yeah.
What?
Bullet and
Bullet
Blanton.
and Blanton. I want the mini cows. So, anyways.
Mini cows. She's
put
already
it
got
out
the
to the
ant.
world.
Yeah. Well, Lindy is
Got
already
the
naming
animal picked
animals
out for
that
the
we.
name.
Yeah.
She got the name picked out. She needs to insert animal.
Yeah.
now.
Insert animal here. Exactly. It seems like
She's doing
that's
it
what's
backwards.
happening. Chickens. We're gonna have lots of cool names. We can really name them anything because we're gonna have so many animals. You know,
Sky's
every
the
chicken is gonna get their own name. And I have a teacher, a high school teacher of mine, who named her dog Dog.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh yeah.
It's not.
Sorry, G.
We
Not-
call
not funny.
we call our cat for the most part.
What are you going to name your chickens? COCK?
That's what I named you. That's what I named my friends. COCK and DICK over there. And HONEY
Oh.
over here.
Oh,
My
wow.
honey. Anyway,
I
so
thought you
yeah.
were going the other direction.
I was gonna, but then
HORNEY.
yeah, I was gonna. Oh, that wasn't the direction I was gonna go, but that could have gone that way too.
Save that for episode 69.
Let's get. We've got a lot of cool shit going on at the ranch. It's going to be a multi-use space. It's a former equestrian center. We've got a big old indoor arena that we've got 8 or 10 horse stables where the horses can go ride in the arena, assuming they're accompanied by a
Trained
capable
professional.
adult. Yeah,
Not us.
no, not you guys.
Videos of Matt riding
No.
horses coming soon.
Yeah, lots of cool. I don't know about
Bareback.
that.
Bareback.
Bareback, bare ass. I'll wear my assless chaps and
Yeah, naked on a
no
horse.
pants under them, right? And just walk around with my ass hanging out.
You
I'm
ever
not.
ridden-
I'm not riding.
You ever ridden a
under-
horse?
Yes, Ian. What,
What is? I learned that last podcast that you were a skater, and I thought you were gonna be like, actually, I used to ride
barrel-
horses.
I used to be a barrel racer. No,
I used to be in the rodeo, Ian. Little did you know.
Nope. I've ridden a donkey in Mexico. I've ridden horses like on little like horse trails,
Trips and
like
stuff like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
and trips and shit. But I've never like, I never broke no horses. If that's, I'm not a cowboy.
That's what I was wondering.
I'm a rancher though, as you all know now. I am a rancher.
But he's scared of bugs and hates the smell of
I'm
cattle.
not afraid of them. Most of them.
Rather not be
I
around
just
them.
right. I'd rather not live among them, and now here we are. So it's very cool. Very excited about the future of the ranch and the distilling operations and the business. Moving along, I want to move along to what the hell is going on in this world. I don't really want to because
Getting crazy.
Such a drastic
It's
mood
dark.
changer from.
yeah, it just annoys the shit out of me. But we can just start off with the fact that it's all a lie,
Planned.
right? Yep. And
we
if
could start there.
yeah, it's
What-
all a lie.
And just
You're
for
getting lied
context,
to.
you don't mean people are definitely dying. That's not the lie, but the reason behind it.
Here's the biggest thing. Like it's so crazy. You know, we talked about it with the peptides, and we talked about it with. It's just so crazy how quickly people's Americans' brains and their minds change. And I use the vaccine discussion because People are like, I don't want to inject myself with anything foreign, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're doing bootleg peptides, daily injections. And it's something different. And it's very hard to, it's intentional, obviously. It's hard to keep up with what's going on. But if Adam Schiff is on the internet and on TV.
For those of us who don't know who is Adam Schiff.
Adam Schiff is, well, what the fuck is his title? He's a Democrat House Majority Leader or whatever.
Okay, go on.
If Adam Schiff is getting on TV, all like for 3 straight years, all of the Republicans hate this fucker, and in 1 minute they can be so quickly emotionally charged to change, and now we're all standing with Israel, and now we're doing the exact same thing, like I stand with Adam Schiff. No, he's still a liar. And if he was lying about all of the other things for the last year, common sense, if we look no further, and I don't know if I want to get deep down no, I don't want to get deep down the conspiracy rabbit hole today.
We ain't got time for that.
And we don't have time for that. This is going to be a short show. It's going to be a short game, and I got to get home for lunch.
He represents California's 30th congressional district.
Yeah, okay. He's full of shit, okay? And he was full of shit a week ago, and he was full of shit a year ago, and now all of a sudden that they're showing us pictures of tortured white women and babies, that doesn't make him not full of shit anymore. But immediately people get emotionally charged, and all of a sudden we're all now standing in unity. You know, he made I posted something on my Instagram, maybe one of my social media platform deals, about him saying they have their own 9/11 going on right now. Again, not trying to get, they do have their own 9/11 going on. What they're doing is they're emotionally charging the world to drive us into another forever war, where, simply put, they can have unlimited power granted by Congress, supported by the entire U.S. population, with little pushback, with little consideration for reality, to do what?
You're a baby killer, or you're not supportive, or you don't care about what's going on in the world, or
right?
All of the things
you're a terrorist. Yeah. How does this end? They take more rights from us, they print more money, and they destroy the middle class. And I've said this 1,000 times on this show. If it ends in you destroying our freedoms and destroying our middle class and destroying our communities in our country and printing our way into unrecoverable debt numbers,
I think we're already there.
That's where we are. And they're going to continue to drive it and drive it and drive it, which is going to make things more expensive, pay less, taxes go up, our infrastructure go down, our rights be taken away. And guess what? The Republican Party is now almost in complete unison, ready for it. More war, another forever war. Here we go. We're going to get back into the war on terror? I don't know, man. We shouldn't be standing with Nancy Pelosi in fucking anything.
But Matt, there's Americans dying over there. Every news app ever right now has an American death toll ticker.
Oh, it's American. Oh, it's like the COVID ticker. Yeah,
literally.
The more fear they can incite, the more money they can print.
How can you not want to go to war? Are you un-American? Americans are dying over there. We have to join this war.
Yeah. You don't have to work. You don't have to understand. I've said this before. You don't have to understand what's happening. They spin the web so complex in nature that it's impossible to understand. That's intentional. You don't need to understand it. You don't get to understand it. It's too difficult to understand because you're like, well, wait a second. If that's true, then how could that be true? It's not. They're both lies. What if they don't really have our best interest? And if you run it through that filter, all of a sudden things start to make sense. Like, oh, okay. I don't know, man. If I had advice to the American public or our listeners, my advice would be: don't go rushing to take sides. Don't go rushing
to change your profile picture.
Right. Don't go rushing to change your profile picture. Don't go rushing to call somebody a terrorist or somebody a good guy or somebody a bad guy. That's what they want. That's why,
makes us divided.
Bro, if they can stop, literally, they can suppress, they can control the content in which we receive on social media so much as though they are in fear that Russia can literally change the outcome of an election, which is the Democrat claim for Trump's presidency. How come you think they can't pump the media feed on that same social media platform to affect your emotions in this way?
Because the media is not saying that, Matt. That's why.
Of course.
It's only believable what the media tells us.
Bunch of zombies, man. People walking around in a zombie world, in a trance, whatever the news tells me, whatever Fox News tells me is true. Whatever I stand with Israel. I stand with Palestine. Eyeballs. Meanwhile, print, send more money. Take the money from the taxpayer, send it to their friends. What was that quote you read me the other day?
Last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
What you know what I'm talking about?
War?
The war one.
Yeah.
Yeah, read that. How about
Okay.
this?
This is pretty
It's so impactful, it's so powerful, and everyone really needs to take just a second and
read
Listen.
Yeah,
process
and then listen
this.
again. Okay, ready? War is a place where young people who don't know each other and don't hate each other kill each other based on decisions made by old people who know each other and hate each other but don't kill each other. Woo. All the
Mic drop.
goosebumps.
Damn.
I've never in my life thought about it like that, but it's
yeah, man.
It simplifies it.
Oh
It makes
my
it
God.
so easy to understand and the gravity of it, you know?
Yeah, these old assholes who are literally just stealing our money are
running our world.
literally making decisions to send not their kids, not them
course
into
not.
war, other kids into war, other people's kids into war to go kill each other for something that
Nobody.
For what?
for what? I don't have a problem with you. But what they do is they give us the problem.
Create a problem.
And that's what they're doing. They're delivering it to us in another massive propaganda effort to put it out. I mean, I've saw people, drawing the line between the amount or lack thereof footage we've seen from Ukraine versus Israel in a matter of 48 hours. Like, we've seen more in the last 48 hours than we have in, how long has it been since this Ukraine nonsense going on? A year?
But also think of it in the war on terror after the World Trade Centers got hit.
Sure.
Like, when we invaded Afghanistan and Iraq, right now, can you say what good came of that?
Besides,
Like, what changed? What happened? What changed? Why were we in Iraq? Why were we in Afghanistan? Like, what? That's similar to what's going on here. Is they're wanting us to,
Man, we were there.
step in and help. Yeah,
Got to see the progress with our own eyes. And yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty well known now that, that was a waste
Bullshit.
of trillions of dollars. It was bullshit.
And a lot of people died because of it.
We know one thing. We lost a lot of people, a lot of humans, a lot of Americans, a lot of women and children, a lot of young men, military age men gave their life. That now for what? I mean, we handed the Taliban back over all of their territory. We handed them over. Not only do we do it, we handed it back with our weapons that they're now parading in the street using against us. I mean, for what? It's hard to quantify. I remember a time in 2004, 2005 when I felt like we had made a difference and I felt like, we had taken out Saddam and he was no longer. And then as you get older, you're like, what the fuck did that have to do with each other? Why did they do that? And then you start to think, oh, well, why was I so convinced that what I was doing was so noble? And ironically, the Democrats thought, oh, President Bush, they were all the conspiracy theorists back then. President Bush is getting us into an oil war. This is the
Right.
Bush family. And where are they now? They love Bush. Bush and Obama and Clinton, they're all homies and breaking breads. Where are you loud-ass Democrats? Conspiracy theorists, 2003's conspiracy theorists were the Democrats saying that Bush was getting us into an oil war or a forever war to steal taxpayers' money at the expense of the loss of young Americans' lives.
and also turns out they were right too.
They were right. Why aren't you still saying that same shit? Instead, you're send us back to war. Donald Trump was supposed to get us into I've also seen through scrolling on the medias, they're blaming Donald Trump for, I don't even know the story. I probably shouldn't even bring it up. Something about him discussing nuclear capability secrets with somebody that now Putin or someone has got a hold of, and he is responsible.
They'd link him in somehow.
Bro, get out of here with this shit.
Might as well add another court date.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not responsible for a lot of the shit, but I am saying get out of here.
Yeah, that one's a reach.
Turns out, Democrats, you were right. Let me explain something else real quick. Just my take on things. I say the words Democrat. I want people to understand. A buddy of mine from recruiting back in the day sent me a link of explaining basically the immigration, that our kids would be better off. I mean, you get a cell phone, they to track them, they jailbreak the cell phone, do whatever they want with it. So they get a $1,000 cell phone, they get service for it, they get a cell phone so they can make calls, but then they no longer answer our calls. Like something along the lines of 97 or whatever % of them don't show back up. So now they've got $600 or $800 a month income. They're not working for it. They get a cell phone, and of course, they're going to get voter rights and American help. The taxpayers are paying for all this. Anyway, dude sends me this, and I told him, dude, not only what they're doing, they're hijacking our country, and not only that, they're doing it at the taxpayers' expense, at our expense, and they're doing it through the Democratic Party. Like, it isn't the Democrats, okay? It's the Democratic Party that they are the globalists who are attacking our country and are orchestrating all of this shit. They're doing it through the Democratic Party. It's not the Democrats in the Democratic Party, the people who are just, they would just want to, I don't know, be able to have abortions or whatever they're saying. They're attacking us by way of the Democratic Party. You have to understand that. They're infiltrating your party and they're brainwashing the party. And that's the way they're going to do it. They're going to have so many illegal immigrants come in. They're going to allow them to vote in states that they can flip like Texas. And once we do that, the Democratic Party will have so much clout in our country that no matter what, it will be impossible to have a two-party system, a balanced
How long
system.
before you think they open up our country for asylum seekers out of Palestine?
Oh, you mean the people who are already here coming across our southern border that we're ignoring? Yeah, it's happening already. How long? It's done already. So it isn't the Democrats. Globalists and communists don't give a shit, Democrat or Republican. You have to understand
mode
this.
Of transportation,
right?
Bro.
They don't give a shit. It's not the Democrat Party winning. It's the Uniparty winning. That's what people don't understand, and I'm guilty of it because I feel that I understand that they're infiltrating through the Democratic Party, so the things that I say can come off.
You make fun of Democrats a lot,
right? I talk shit. Well, only Ian. But it isn't about the party. Communists don't give a flying shit what party you identify with. They don't care. They are affiliated with neither party.
Yeah, we've seen it on the right too with COVID,
Right.
COVID got pushed from the right party.
Of course. And they don't give a shit as long as we are fighting each other and not them. As long as we are at each other's throat and not them, great. Which one's the weakest link? This is the best chance to have the Democratic Party is the best chance to control all future elections. So let's stuff that party. You know where they say the Republican Party and the Democrat Party have flipped. It's which is a lie, by the way. Read a history book that's a lie. And question a Democrat who gives you that bullshit excuse. They won't be able to explain it because they'd have to prove a negative. It's not true, but they don't care if you're a Republican. They don't care if you're a Democrat. Which party do we have the best chance of completely taking over the other party with? So we have a one-party system, which is communism. If there is no if there is no balance, checks and balances, the voters no longer can control with a vote. You now have a communist society or a dictatorship. And that's what we're headed towards, people.
I want to tie it back to what Lindy read earlier. I mean, that's how they found a way to make young people who don't know each other hate each other, is by establishing a divide, something you can attach yourself to.
Oh, yeah.
And, people who don't know you, and you in today's day and age, you just can't even disagree. It has to be hate. I don't like your opinion, so I fucking hate you.
Dude, and they do it through death. They do it through the most
egregious,
emotionally charged and emotionally triggering thing that they could
women and children.
Women and children.
And if you don't believe that, look at what they did with COVID and people who are unvaccinated. They made the unvaccinated murderers.
Elderly
You
people,
were a murderer because you didn't get vaccinated. You walked to Walmart. You murdered 10 old people.
Race. If you support the police, you're a murderer. You're a racist murderer. You support murderers. They always do it. Which is second.
Not crazy.
Our Second Amendment. The children in schools.
You want a gun?
You want a gun?
You're killing kids.
You're killing children. Of course. That's how they do it. You have to, people understand that it doesn't matter if we're in a time of war or not. They have a different agenda, and they don't. I mean, I don't know, man. I hear people say all the time, they hate you. You think they're looking out in their best interest. They hate you. You are standing between them and their power, and them and their control, and them and their money. They hate you. If you run a business, you know how most, not me, but most business owners feel about their competitors? They want them to fail. They hate them. Mm-hmm. They hate us. They don't want us to succeed, because if we succeed and we're all living the American dream and we're all independent thinkers and self-sufficient and we don't need them anymore, they are powerless. You imagine taking away a power of a powerful person? How do you think that makes them feel? Like, just think about this from the simplest form. You're really good at this. Well, why the hell would they do that? Doesn't make sense. Like, when you look at it through the lens of they hate you, their behaviors all of a sudden start to make sense. Well, why would they send us to war if there's another way we can do it? And if all that's going to do is ruin the economy more and destroy our... Well, what if you hated the person you were destroying? It would all make sense, right? Right? Well, why would they want to do that and take away our rights? Because why would they not want us to go to church? It's the same shit, and it's over, and it's rinse and repeat. And hopefully people are waking up to this, man. I don't know. I promised myself I was not going to go down the rabbit hole in the new studio.
You didn't go too far. You could have gone farther.
At least we started off
we could
lighter.
go a lot farther.
We could go a lot further.
Next time.
Well, anyway. Anybody else got anything to add to this? Hopefully this, listen, this may be episode 68, and this may be our second episode that never sees the light of day, depending on how all the new studio functioned and our new equipment. Hopefully the audio comes out well, our video.
Knock on wood, because I tested it before, and the test, everything worked.
Yeah,
so.
we shall see. Hopefully we get to see you on the air, folks. If not, then we'll catch you on episode 68 again. And 68, and we owe you one.
Hey.
See what I did there? Anyway, listen, people.
Kudos to you, Ian, too, for doing all this.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
you. Ian, great job putting it all together again. This is Ian's second studio build.
Mm-hmm. First one took a week to put together. This one took me a day. I mean, it's still more to do, but...
Which means we can move this bitch anytime we want.
Anytime.
Just need
ready.
24 hours
I think
notice.
we should move every week. We should move it.
Let's get
to
it
a new
real
location.
efficient. Let's get down to an hour.
Yeah, let's do that.
Ian, go. Start the clock watch.
Anyway,
Stopwatch.
Ian, before we close this thing out, tell our audience what to do to do us a solid again.
Well, if you want to learn about more clock watches, please make sure you help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free, and it also kind of greatly helps out our channel, so thank you very much.
We appreciate it. We're the freest podcast in all the land. We'd like to remain that way. What?
I love it.
You got any noises you want to make? Or anything?
Hey, yo.
How about you, honey? Oh, whoa. There's so many things.
I don't even know how he does it.
What's that dude on Police Academy that can do all
Oh,
that?
yeah, that
my
guy.
God,
Yeah, all the noises.
Most of these listeners, I guess maybe, I don't know. That's an oldie. It's good, though.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, people, listen, sorry to get too deep on this shit. My parting words to you is just hold the fuck on a second. Hold the music. Don't go jumping to conclusions. Don't go jumping on anybody's bandwagon. You don't know who you should support.
Don't go
'cause-
flying your Palestinian flag.
Right.
around.
Don't go flying any flags. Don't go. Just doesn't matter who you support because you don't know the truth yet. Give it some time. Let this soak in, and then make a real decision. Like before even issuing support, because it matters. It matters if we have 90% of the population saying they support the same thing. It matters. If it's going to send our children, your children, into war again. Maybe the option is better to let them kill each other off. I'm not saying it is, but maybe. And when it comes down to, is it better for our broke-ass country to go be even more broker, and then our loss of life-ass country to go be even more loss of life? Like, maybe it isn't the best decision.
Well, here's something else, Matt, that we saw with Ukraine, too. All this is going to mean is we're going to be sending out more fucking money, right?
More money.
So we have cities like Chicago that are just riddled with death and crime that because there's not enough funding there. But guess what? We can fund Ukraine, and guess what we're going to do now? We're going to fund Israel. That's what we're going to do. So even though our economy is crashing, we still find a way to print money and send it to now another country.
And with that point, what they say is, I stand with blank. What that means when the politicians get on and say, we as a nation stand with blank, what that means is, we are going to print more money and send it to you. We are going to give our citizens to you to die for you. And I don't know if we're ready to stand in that manner. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate your love and your support, and all the things that you do for us as a channel. We're growing like a weed, and we're really excited about the future here at the new studio. So thank you all again. And as always, find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people. Peace.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.